So I wouldn't say there was a lot of money in my family. We were a farming family in the 80s, so it wasn't great. When I was probably in high school, one of the times I think it was probably the only time they were in credit counseling, my parents either got the idea or were encouraged to help us as kids understand how to use money. And I think that was the first time I had to really think about how I could use my money, not only for myself, but also the whole idea of savings, and then of course the idea of giving too.
We met in college, and I did quit my job. I didn't have a job in Lincoln at the time, but she had a minimum wage job probably at the ministry, and so my plan was probably just to spend less than I make and just kind of juggle it from there.
We made the decision when we were very first married that we wanted to live on one income. That did set some pretty hard and fast parameters on what we were going to be able to do. But we wanted that number one priority to still be to give, and that we wanted to be a part of giving, and that we wanted that to be the first transaction. It's the first line on our budget. It's the first thing that we do, and we wanted it to be that. And to me, good stewardship is not making decisions based on the circumstances of what comes to you. It's you making the decisions despite what the circumstances might be. So to wait and say, this is what we have left over, this is what we're going to give, is not me. It's not us in control of our finances. It's our finances dictating to us what we're going to do. And we didn't want that.
Money is a funny thing, and it can impact our thought process and how we live and how we go about our daily lives. Money is fragile. Everybody's money is. I mean, really in the U.S., anything snaps and it's all going to fall down. It's not just, one person or even a couple of jobs here and there. And people living in the thought of the fear that that's going to happen, it could be a real struggle if you've really put your faith in money instead of what God's plan is.
I think it's really easy for us to fall into the idea that who we are is what we can afford. How much we are valued as a person in society is how much money we have and how much money we spend and how good we can look. And also there's not only how we look to other people, but how we feel about ourselves. I think the temptation is there every once in a while to say, well, if I didn't, give this money away every month, I could do this. I could do some fun things. But we don't want to do that.
I'm not sure the joy is always in the giving. The joy for me is knowing that there will be many other people impacted by what I've been able to generously give. You should make the moments that you have count, and some of those moments have to do with giving and being generous with, we're talking about money, but I think it just extends beyond that to yourself, your time, the resources, your skills, your abilities. You should be willing to give those to whatever God is leading in your life.
Our story may not be an exciting story. We made a decision and we do it. That's the story. But the reality is that because that's what we do, because we made that decision, that has freed us up to be a part of whatever God is doing. When we're given the choice to be a part of something or not be a part of something, we don't have to come home and struggle through our budget and figure out how to be a part of it. We just know that we've set ourselves up to be a part of whatever God is doing, and that's where we want to be. We want to be in a position to join God in whatever He wants to do.